Okay, listen, you know it's bad when they bring out the Francisco, huh? Because they only let me talk when I'm pissed off. And I ain't pissed off that they don't score any goals, huh? Maurice say they're going to tweak the offense. Let me tell you something. If you don't start scoring some goals, I'm going to tweak your nipples with my beak.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go. Jeez, come on. All right, that's better. That hurt. It's cold outside. All right. So, we got the Blues, and it's one of those things where they're not exactly one of the rivals. There's no history there. There's really not a whole lot to get up for in this game, in the sense that we've got a bunch of games coming up after this. Vegas and the Rangers and the Lightning. We've just got a lot of tough games coming up. And so it would be very easy for this Panther team to, whoopsies, look past the Blues here, who aren't exactly the best team in the league. First game back home after the long road trip from hell, practically. It wasn't really terrible, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Now, Maurice, you know, I hate to say it, but I don't really trust too much about what he says anymore. As an example, he told us that Sordif and Sameskovich were going to get a bunch of games up at the NHL and in the AHL level, and that even though Lundell is out now for the 4th straight game and Gadjevich is out, neither one of them is drawing into the lineup. So I take it with a grain of salt when Paul Maurice says that they're going to make some adjustments. They're going to be doing some things to help them score some more goals. Believe it when I see it. Now, other than that, we got Bob and Net, and I already told you who is out. I don't know what's going on with... every time Lundell or Barkov gets sick, it's 2 weeks. Like, what is going on with these kids? What kind of diet are they on? What are they out drinking heavily at night? And I mean, it's not... I don't remember being sick like that as a kid, and these two guys consistently... They don't get sick a lot, but it seems like it's, especially Barkov, when they get sick, it's 2 weeks. They can't kick it. I don't know what's going on there. All right. This game, you got to get the 2 points. All right, Panthers, you've lost 3 of the last 4. You scored 1 goal combined in the 3 games. Now, there's only so much that my small little brain can handle. I've been doing these videos a long time. And we had about the first 4 years of us yelling and screaming and bitching and moaning, groaning, complaining and ranting. And it didn't matter because we sucked. And then we got good, and then we had last year and kind of the year before, where other than the ending of the playoffs, there wasn't really anything to complain about. This year, we kind of thought we were surviving without Ekblad and Montour, and if you watch the video I did the other day, you find out that we were actually surviving without them, and now it's not as good. Not necessarily their fault. I've talked about the Kachuk ice time thing, so let's see where that goes tonight. But you have to get back to stacking points. All right? It's not a negotiation here. I'm not going to do score predictions. I don't want to do score predictions. But let's just say what I would like to be doing at the end of the game is and one for good measure. There's no score after 1. I have an idea, and I said this idea before the power play, and then it would have worked. The idea is this. We changed the rules a little bit. Instead of when there's power play, we have the option to decline the power play. But when we decline the power play for the next 2 minutes, if we hit the post, it's a good goal. I fail to see what the problem is. Move on to second period. So it's 3-1. It's 3-1 Blues after 2. I've been doing push-ups and lifting and squats for what feels like the whole second period. I haven't caught my breath the whole time, so you guys know me, right? You know I'm bitch complain. And when it's time to be pissed, it's time to be pissed. These guys gotta be sick. I'm watching Brandon Montour more than 3 times I've seen him. He's just letting guys skate by him. It's like watching Yandel with the magic wand. He's like, these guys gotta be sick. They gotta be sick. They're standing around. I mean, occasionally they get going, but the energy looks at most, even when they give energy, 75%. They get into the defensive zone and they're just stagnant, standing around, watching St. Louis move the puck around, just waving at them. Maurice said, you know, there were some guys that were not feeling well, but he didn't want to talk about it. And apparently that's what Sordiff was up in case somebody couldn't go, but then he's not on the ice. And I don't understand why you just can't throw some youth out there, maybe somebody that's not sick. So we're losing 3-1. And the one goal was, I mean, it makes up for the fact that we've hit, 4 posts tonight? I mean, we can't score a goal. The puck won't go in. I mean, I've not seen a team have worse puck luck than we've had recently here. And, I mean, we went from the President's Trophy season where it was just run and gun to now we find very new and unique ways to ruin 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, every odd man rush. It's like Kyle said, our game plan is pass until you lose possession. And if you do take a shot, it hits the post. It ricochets off of a body in front and goes 6 inches wide. It goes 3 inches wide. That said, it's a 2-goal lead. If this team was ever going to pull its head out of its ass, the third period would be the time to do it. Please, God, I'm tired of doing push-ups. Give me 2 points, guys. Give me a point. Show me some life, Panthers. Get this sucker to overtime. Because in the third period this year, I don't know what the record is, but there's been not a lot, but there's been a few games where we've hit the third period down 2 goals. We get that first goal within 5 minutes, and then we get kaputs the rest of the game. So I'm asking and begging and pleading now, get it to overtime. Just show me some kind of sign of life. This getting old. So 4-1 St. Louis. And the worst part about this is that no matter what I say to this camera right now, somebody's going to say it's not that, it's something else. And then somebody will say it's not the something else, it's the that. And then somebody will say it's not that, it's what Jaws said. And somebody said, no, it's a combat, it's everything. Except for Bob. I'm not going to throw this on Bob. Now, part of me doesn't want to overreact. I mean, you lose 4 out of 5. It's bad. It's bad, but it's not, the end of the world if you nip this in the bud at some point. It's how we're losing. We're not in these games. The only thing that we are doing is winning the shot clock, winning the shot counter. We're getting shots. What did we get? 40 shots tonight, 39 shots tonight. And then people say they're getting plenty of shots, they're getting plenty of chances. What good does that do? I mean, we're not putting it in the net. The number of shots that go, I mean, how many times, ask yourself, Panther fans, how many times have you watched the opposing team's goalie this year make a save where they're just swallowing the puck because it just hits right in the belly, right in the frickin' navel, boom, frozen puck. No energy. Now, the thing, I mean, are they sick? I hope to God this team is full of sick kids. That is the only thing that excuses the lack of intensity and effort level that we've seen. I don't know how you explain what we did to Edmonton unless they're just that bad. But, I mean, this team is DOA. There's no life. There's no energy. There's just nothing. It's just guys playing a defensive system. And if by some chance the other team makes a mistake and we have an opportunity to maybe shoot the puck, the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to pass it 2 feet from the net. Like, how many times are you seeing us we come in and maybe we even have just a little bit of speed, and guys will, instead of shooting the puck, they will get like within 3-4 feet of the net, and instead of just taking the shot and see if you could beat the goalie or a rebound, they're trying little just soft passes to somebody else on the team, but there's a defender in the middle and they're getting the stick on the puck and it's out the other way over and over. They're not doing anything different. They're not learning any lessons. It's just like bricks upstairs. The whole team. They gotta be sick. And now the question is, Maurice had mentioned having some guys that were not sick, that were not feeling well. Well, why the freaking hell don't you got Samoskevich, you got Sordiff. Are they ready to be Connor McDavid? No, but at least they might have some legs, some energy, some life, something, anything. This team could use put me out there on skates. It would at least be comical enough so that the guys would get some energy going and might do something. These guys look like they don't want to play. They genuinely look like, and I said this, I think I said this last week, whether I said it on the podcast or whatever, I don't know. But what it looks to me is like they played the first 20, 25 games. They got themselves into second place. And it looks to me like they either physically, energetically, or emotionally, or all three, or some combination, it looks like they just want to coast the rest of the year, save it up for the playoffs. Now, whether that is a product of the confidence that they got from what they did last year, or whether they are exhausted from what they did last year, mentally or physically or emotionally or energetically or spiritually or hypothetically or Bruce Lee, it does whatever the reason is. 2 games in a row is bad. 3 out of 4, that's where you have to, that's enough. This on home ice to the Blues, there's barely a pulse. There's barely a pulse. And I'm just going to go down the lineup. If they are sick, if we eventually find out that any of these players I'm about to name, if we find out they were sick, we'll give you a forgive you pass. You get a pass. Other than that, Barkov has completely disappeared. Verhaeghe can't hit the frickin' net. I ain't gonna say shit about Reinhardt. He's earned his stripes. Bennett, I mean, Every 3 games now, he hits somebody. He's not driving play the way we need. This guy Kachuk, trade him for Huberto and Uyghur. I'm being sarcastic, but he's just abysmal. Again, watch the video I put out Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I think it was. I put out a video. Not a lot of people have watched it. I go over some stats, especially from Kachuk, that are highly, highly, highly disturbing. Very disturbing. There's something not right there. You go the rest of the way. We see what Lundell means to this team defensively. That's for damn sure. He may not be able to score himself out of a freaking bucket, but defensively, he makes a difference. Lusterainen, I mean, what are we going to say? He got the lucky goal tonight. Off of the glass? Jesus, are you kidding me? And Rodriguez. Now, when he first started, we thought, oh, wow, this guy, he's really, really, and he's not. He is what he is. But one of the things that he is a guy that is going to make stupid passes that get intercepted quite often. At least once a game, he blows a chance with a brain fart of a pass. I'm becoming less and less impressed with him. He's got some energy. He does some things. He does a lot of almost. Almost. Who would I leave out? I mean, Lomberg looks... He don't look like he's playing for a contract. He's in a contract year. I'm not saying I want to get rid of Lomberg, but his energy has been kaput. Lorenz is... You need you need Lundell so that Stenlin can be at 4C, because Lorenz is kind of like, what Lorenz is. I tell you what Steven Lorenz is. Today we went to the gym. Kyle and I went to the gym, and on the way home, I had to go to the grocery store. I was hungry, and we're at the post office, and still like 10 minutes away from home, and I caught a nauseous, a little bit queasy, and in the van, I have my cheap, generic brand Ritz crackers that I give to the dogs as treats when we're at the river, and I popped one of those out and ate one of those crackers. It did the job. It stopped me from being nauseous. That is Lorenz. That is Steven Lorenz. And then Cousins is out there doing nothing. I mean, nobody doing nothing. Defensively, Jesus Christ. Montour has to be sick. Like deathly ill. Like shouldn't be playing. He has to be for the game that I saw him play tonight. Ekblad is just like a shell of the former self that he was. There's nothing there. I know people get tired of us ragging on Ekblad, and it's not really about ragging on Ekblad, but if there was any other name in that jersey, and any other number, and it was any other player, we'd be like, he's all right. He ain't hurting anybody. He ain't doing anything. Forsling had an ass game today. I mean, everybody's playing like ass. The whole team is playing like ass. Which, they gotta be like, the whole team has to be just like sick. They have to be. They have to be. Because the alternative is, I mean, I know I've heard of slumps, but good God. And, you know, this is kind of the Calgary, St. Louis. Are you kidding me? We are throwing away points that we should definitely be getting. And we've got 2 goals in the 4 games that we've lost combined. And one of them was the stupid thing that today, I mean, it shouldn't even count. I mean, it counts, but let's be honest. We got shut out. Okay? We got shut out. The puck is supposed to just go along the boards. Hofer goes behind the net to play it. And we get this ridiculously absurd, stupid bounce. The only bounce we've had in like 2 weeks, and it goes in the net. And that's really the only thing that stops it from being 3 out of 4 shutouts. Good God. And there's no instance of seeing 16 or 19 or 5 or anybody saying, I got this. Let's go, guys. I got this. They left it all on the ice last year. And I will say to you again what I was told by Winnipeg Jets fans and the Canes fans when we got Maurice. They said, enjoy your first year. You might even make it to the finals. You won't have the bodies left to finish the job off because they'll be beaten up and abused. And then year over year, it will just look like a shell of itself because physically Maurice's system wears the players down too much. Now, maybe that's not what's happening, but so far, what those people told me is exactly what I'm watching happening. When Maurice came here, the first press conference he had, I have 2 videos about it. And he said very, very specifically, he didn't want to mess around with the offense. He just wanted to change the way that we played when we didn't have the puck, make smart plays when we didn't have the puck. He didn't want to tamper down the creativity of the offense. Remember, we had just won the President's Trophy and had that ridiculous offensive season. Well, he's failed at that. He taught him how to play playoff hockey, but the screws have been tightened so hard that now they screw up every 2-on-1, 3-on-2. It's like watching a bunch of fish flopping around on the ice chest, waiting to die. It's horrible. I mean, I could sit here and say we're sick, but that don't fix what the problem is in sense offensively. You know, if defensively we're sick and guys don't have the energy, that's half of it. But, I mean, if it's a 2-on-1, you know somebody's going to screw it up. They're either going to pass when they should have shot. They're going to shoot and it's either going to go into the belly of the goalie or it's going to go wide. Or they're going to wait too long to shoot. I mean, it's just, they just are finding new and unique ways, any opportunity we get, to screw it up. I've not seen this team. This has been a long time since we had a run like this. And it's exhausting. And it's frustrating. And it's a good thing the Wings are losing games or we would be looking at, you can smell 4th place from where we are. Damn it. Like I said, you lose the 2 on the road, fine. You come back, you beat Edmonton, everything is sunshine and rainbows, and then you lose that game to Calgary, and it's just like, God, that smells like when I go out first thing in the morning with the dogs at 5:30 because he's got to go take a crap because he ate too much before bed. And I'm just kind of walking around outside with him, and all of a sudden I catch, oh, God. That's what the Calgary games smell like. And you're figuring, okay, you got that out of your system. And oh, no, they did not. They laid another big pile of stank-ass dog shit on the ice again tonight. All right. What else is there to say right now? Very, very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. We got a lot of people on stream having a good time. People leaving super chats. People buying memberships. Genuinely appreciate that. People dropping big, giving us Christmas bonuses and everything like that. So genuinely, we thank you guys for that. And it's has been tough between the late games and we're not scoring. Like even if you're losing games 6-5, you're scoring. There's some excitement. We got 2 goals in 4 games, except for the one blip when we played some guy. I mean, let's be honest. The goalie in Edmonton, what the hell's his name? Right? I mean, he may as well pick some homeless guy off the street. He's not a goalie. He's not an NHL goalie. He may as well have me out there. Other than that, we got 2 goals in 4 games. Oh God. And how can I put this? Last thing I'll say. I'm not sitting here saying anything crazy like fire Maurice or anything like that. But being that our problem is offense for the most part, I do not have much confidence in Maurice to fix that. If it was goaltending, that'd get fixed. If it was defense, that'd get fixed. But offense, I don't have a lot of confidence in what Maurice is going to cook up to get these guys scoring again. It's a problem. It's a problem, man. We got Christmas coming, and, after Christmas, teams start playing a little bit tighter. And then especially, after the All-Star break, it's going to get real tight. These are not games we should be losing. It's going to come back to bite us in the ass at some point. Unless we go on some kind of heater, which ain't likely to happen the way we're playing now with the schedule we got coming up. They're going to have to figure something out. I mean, like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence in Maurice to get the offense fixed. Ugh. Damn it. It was a fun year, though, that President's Trophy season. It was fun when we could score goals. But it's possible that we just used up all of the juju last year. I mean, let's be honest here, okay? Game 7 goes to overtime. Puck goes off the knob of Bob's stick. If that puck goes in, we all go, well, at least we took Boston to 7, and nobody even blinks. All right. I'm tired. Stu and I will be live for the members, Patreon supporters. Links are in the description. $3 a month. We'll be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't forget, the links are in the description. The book is out, Lessons in Faith and Sports. I probably will do a short introductory video to that book. I've just been behind a little bit with all the late nights and everything like that. I've been behind on some of the content that I want to put out. I put out another Bill Zito video today for those of you who are enjoying those. Although that's questionable, as each one I've put out has gotten fewer and fewer views. So I'm not sure I'm not sure what you guys are trying to tell me there. The people that like it. It's kind of like the puppets, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's what it is. And then Saturday, I think the game against Vegas is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Good God Almighty. We got to play Vegas. We have 2 goals combined in our last 4 out of 5 losses, and we got to play the Vegas friggin' Knights. It's like knowing that you're going to be at the party with your new girlfriend, but your ex is going to be there, and you break out in pimples like 2 days before the party. And you're like, I don't want to go. And your new girl's like that, I love you anyway. It's like, yeah, but... And you can't tell her that you don't want to go because you're going to look like shit in front of your ex. But you don't want to go because you're going to look like shit in front of your ex. So now we got to go play Vegas, or they got to play us. And, I mean, they beat the crap out of us last year when we were playing good. Or at least we could score. Like the game 5 was 9-3. That's more goals than we have in the 4 combined losses. Stu and I will see you live bright and early tomorrow morning.